Hey Android fans, this is Eric with another Android app review from hollywoodfrodo.com. Today I'm going to be talking about an app called AfterFocus. I recently reviewed my favorite camera app called ProCapture, but we all know that one of the biggest markets for apps that exist for any smartphone is photo manipulation or editing apps. I probably have more apps on my phone related to photo taking and photo editing than any other single specific type of app. And the recent success of Instagram is kind of also proof of that. So the app that I'm going to talk about today is called AfterFocus. Now, if you were to ask me, and I have, like I said, I have a lot of different apps on my phone for manipulating photos, but if you were to ask me what is the one most simple thing I could do to my photograph to make it look professional, AfterFocus would be it. It's a brand new app, has just been on the market I think a couple of months, and right now is only available in the free version, but a pro version is on the way, and you'll see within the app what the differences will be for the paid pro version. But basically AfterFocus allows you to take your photos and make them look or appear as if you took them with a professional DSLR camera. If you don't know what that means, the best way I can describe it to people is when you watch a movie, a lot of times one person will be in the foreground and one person will be in the background. But the person who's in the background is out of focus because of the certain different settings in the camera. You can have the camera focus only on certain things. And the same thing, of course, is available through DSLR professional cameras. But with our camera phones, when we take a picture, the focusing is very open. Pretty much almost everything is more or less in focus. So what this app does is allow you to very quickly and easily and intuitively blur certain components of your picture to make it look like you took that picture with the DSLR camera and only the thing that you wanted to focus on is focused on. Now, if none of that makes any sense, don't worry, it will, because I'm going to show you this app in action so you can see how it works. And actually, rather than me babbling on, why don't we do that right now? Because once you see it and see how cool it is and see what it can do, then you'll know. So let's hop on my phone and I'll show you AfterFocus in action. See here the home screen for AfterFocus once you've opened the app. As you see, you have a option to take a photo, to select from a photo from your gallery, or to take two photos. Now, take two photos, this is going to be a pro version only feature. So this is only going to be available in the paid version. You can't do it right now. But I'll explain what it does anyway after I show you the app so you know what that feature is. So we're going to select from our gallery. I'm going to use Quick Pick, the gallery I reviewed a couple of reviews ago. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to select this picture. So yes, this is a picture of me. Now, if you look at this picture, one thing you'll see is that here I am, and obviously in the foreground very much, and then there's some trees and the sky and a building in the background. But all of this is in focus. It doesn't matter that those things that are behind me are, hundreds of feet away. They are just as in focus as I am. And the reason DSLR photography, I think, is so appealing is because it gives the illusion of depth. It makes pictures look more than one-dimensional. It makes them look more than two-dimensional. Not quite the same as actually having a 3D picture, but it does give that same type of effect. So here you have the controls. Focus is is how you tell the app what you want to focus on. Mid is sort of a mid-range. at times you may have things that are you know, maybe something is 2 feet behind you and then something else is 5 feet behind you. So the thing that's 2 feet behind you, you might want in the mid-range. And then background is anything that is you want more out of focus because it's far away. For the sake of this picture, because basically we have me and very much in the foreground and then everything else pretty far in the background, we're just going to use focus and background. So what I'm going to do is, with focus selected, I'm going to draw a line kind of in what I want in focus. Now you see it selected the whole picture, and that's because I haven't told it any better yet. I haven't separated anything yet. So to do that, I'm going to hit background button, and I'm going to draw a line around the background. And you can see, as you do that, it changes to clear, so that only what's in red is what's going to be kept in focus. Now obviously it's when you get to the things that are really close, it's kind of a little bit hard to see, but that's okay, they got us covered. You can zoom. Once you select the zoom, you do the, you know, the pinch. That's my southernness, pinch. I guess most people, and I spit while I said it, most people would say pinch, but in the South we say pinch. So pinch to zoom, and then you can move around. Then you select background again, and let's go over this tree. There we go, we got the tree out of the way. Let's use the zoom move over here. That all looks good. I'm not going to get too detailed on this. Obviously you can get as detailed as you want. You can be, you know, more specific about it, but I just want to show you how it works. So I don't want to get too crazy. I will show you afterwards. I'll show you the one that I did get crazy with. You probably, as small of a picture as this is, you probably won't even be able to tell the difference. I think that pretty much covered it all. Yeah, I pretty much got it all. So if you make a mistake, you can hit eraser and you can erase a line. And you can switch over to different tools. I'll show you that in a minute, but right now let me just show you what this does. So we hit the little play button to go to the next step, play or forward button, and now you can see, looking at this picture, that I'm completely in focus, but the stuff in the background has been slightly blurred to be out of focus. Now once you get here, you can increase or decrease this effect however much you want to. It starts off pretty much in the middle range. But if you put it over here, now you have really blurry background. Me really in focus. Which, as far away as this stuff was from where I was, is probably a more accurate portrayal. It's probably how it would come out if I were taking that picture with a professional camera. If you put it down here, you can see it's barely blurred at all. Now they also have something called motion blur. What that does is that gives the effect, you can kind of see it's a different kind of blurring. It's a blurring as if I were standing still and the background were moving, and that's why it's out of focus. Not it's out of focus because it's too far away, but it gives the illusion of motion. So you can also use that feature as well. But I'm going to put this just a little bit more over half. And you can just see already this picture looks more like a professional picture. It looks like more cinematic, more like a picture you would see in a magazine, something a professional photographer would take. And that's all we did. And of course I was talking and stuff, but you know, if you just did this, you could do it really fast. And like I said, I have another version that I did already that I took a little bit more time with the finer detail, but let me tell you, it doesn't really look any different than this. So I mean, it's just, I love it. It's just excellent that fast you can take a photograph and make it so much better. You can also set the shape of the aperture. That is basically just the shape of the lens that the light is coming through. Round is generally going to work the best. But in some cameras, sometimes for effects, you can use apertures that are a different shape. I think if you had a lot of lights in the background, that would be more prominent. If it was like a darker picture and there are lights in the background, you'd see that shape more. You can have a fading background, which means if you look at it, the zoom fades. Like you can see how even the background isn't too blurry and it gets more blurry as you go up. I don't like the way that makes it look. I don't really, myself, haven't seen any practical use for that, but it's there if you want to use it. Now this is cool, because if this app had nothing else, if this is all it did, it would still be, I think, one of the coolest photo editing apps that there are. However, just for fun, they threw in some filters. So you can color mask it, which is color, the whole color pop thing has been popular for a long time. Some might say overdone. But here it's kind of a double effect, because you got the color pop and you've got the blurred background. So it's kind of cool, it really makes it stand out. And you were able to color pop that really quickly and fast without having to sit there and fine tune paint forever like some of the apps. You can do black and white, different versions of black and white, sepia, X process. I mean, you can see even in this picture how if you used another app to do X process, it would make this picture look kind of, give it a cool effect, but not near as much as having that blurred background, because that just automatically makes any picture look more professional. So yeah, a lot of the filters that you would normally see. And then you have filter 2. This is for vignetting. So you see it gives you vignetting, which kind of gives the sort of black around the outside with more light on the inside. Then there's you're going to apply these effects on top of each other. The bokeh effect, which is like a lighting effect. You don't see much of a difference on this particular photo with that. The sticker effect, it kind of makes it like it's a sticker, which could be kind of cool. And then you can sharpen the picture. Once, after you've gotten through with it, you can save it. And if you click OK, it'll save. Besides that, if you click this button, it allows you to share it to any of the popular sites. Now let's go into settings. Let me show you the settings. Upload image size. So this is where you decide when you're uploading a picture to like Facebook, what size do you want it to be. I always go with the largest size, because any picture I always want it to be the best possible, so I chose large. But you can set that. Now save image size, you'll see here I have the highest possible right now, which is 800 pixels on the free version. But once the pro version comes out, you can go all the way up to 1600 pixels. And I love that, because one of my biggest complaints about some of the photo editing apps that I have, that I love what they do, but I hate that they will only let me save it at a really low resolution. And so, it's such a reduced resolution that it kind of ruins the photo. The best thing is to be able to edit, manipulate the photo, and then save it exactly as it was, in the same size as it was when you first started. And so this app will give options for that in the Pro paid version, which is apparently going to be available in early May. If you log into certain sites like Facebook and Twitter to share, you can delete that information if you want. Now there's Smart Focus Area and Manual Focus Area. I showed you Smart Focus Area, which I think is the best because it allows you to very quickly select the focus area. But there is a manual way, and I'll show you that in a minute. Enable all help pop-ups. When you first get AfterFocus, when you first open it, some pop-up boxes kind of pop up to step you through using certain features, kind of show you how to use it, so you can re-enable that. Now let's go back here, and let's click, if you click the little Pac-Man symbol, then that clears the screen. So that's just like starting over. Now if we click this little button up there, it's switching, and you see it's not a paintbrush now, it's a pencil. And what that does, that's the same thing as if in settings you selected manual mode as your default mode. And this is what I'm going to call the old school method. This is what you're used to doing when you do the with the ColorPop apps. You paint what you want to be focused in on. So everything I'm painting now is what I want to focus in on. And this method, why do I keep hitting that? This method is way more time consuming than the automatic method, as you can see. But it does allow you that option, which may be better for you in some cases. You can zoom in a lot more with this option. Let's see, I can't even tour much. There we go. I'm just going to be a little sloppy with this because I don't feel like taking my time, and I don't think you guys want me to take my time, because you want to see if there's anything else to show you in this. Alright, so that is more or less it. And then you if you click brush, you can choose your size, so you can choose a small brush. And then when you go to the next, it's going to do its magic. Just like the other one, the difference is you had to select everything manually. So it does work, and like I said, it's a lot of people are used to that because of we've used those color pop apps or color splash apps, and if you click that, it switches you back over, back over to this. Now the one thing that I don't like, you saw on the, if you're painting, you had brush size choices. With the focus, you don't have brush size choice. It's one size. So let me show you. If you zoom in as much as you possibly can, technically this white wire should be in focus because it is where I am. But my brush size is like twice the size of that. So at best, you can maybe get some of it, but there's no way to just get that because you can't pick a smaller brush size. So even for the not doing it manually, doing it smart, I'd love to see the option for a smaller brush size to help tell the app to capture, if you could, because that wire is white and it stands out, if you could tap just the inside of that white, it should automatically detect that that entire line is part of what you want to focus on. And that's another thing. The more contrast there is between what you want in focus and what you want out of focus, the quicker, easier, more intuitive the using the fast focus is going to be. On here, because there was, the colors in the background and the colors on me are different enough that it's pretty efficient. But if the colors are very similar, then it's going to have a lot harder time doing it automatically, and that's when you might want to use the manual mode. And then you can, I don't think I showed you this, but they do have an undo button, so you can go back and undo. So that's great. If you make a mistake, no big deal at all. And so back on the home screen. Now if you use the Take Two feature, which we can't use because it's only going to be available in the Pro version, what that does, it allows you to take a picture of a person, for example, and then kind of move over a little bit and take another picture at a different angle of that person, and then the app should be able to detect, okay, the person is obviously the foreground and everything else is the background, and then automatically set that person as being in focus and everything else being slightly blurred. So I can't test that feature because it's not available yet, but that is what that should do, and that's pretty much the app. That is AfterFocus. Hopefully I was able to show you why it's such a cool app, why I love it so much. It's simple, but it can completely transform a photo and make a photo that you took on your phone look like a professional photograph. And there's a lot of different apps out there to do a million different things to photographs, I know. But I think this app is brilliant in that it captures the one simple thing you can do very quickly, very easily, and then that completely transforms the look of the picture and makes it feel like a professional photo. So the app again is called AfterFocus. Only the free version is available on the Google Play Market now. The paid version will be out soon, and perhaps is already out by the time you're watching this. So anyway, at the very least, download the free version and play around with it. Check it out and see how it can make all of your photographs look better. As always, this is Eric from hollywoodfrodo.com, wrapping up this edition of your Android app review. If you like my reviews, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be continually reviewing new apps and hopefully introducing you to some apps that will make your phone work better. Also, click the like button if you like. If you have a comment or a question, feel free to leave it below. You can also always visit the website, which is hollywoodfrodo.com. You can contact me through there if you like, and all the videos are posted on there. Until next time, this is Eric reminding you that your Android phone is only as good as you make it.